Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. It is time for January monthly favorites. I have been doing these videos for a couple of months. I didn't do one in December because I was doing Vlogmas and I was very burned out. But I did these for the past few months in the fall and I thought it would be fun to continue them. This is a series where I just reflect on things and experiences and places that have brought me joy in the past month and just share them with you and talk about it. Kind of chatty, little life update-ish sometimes, but I like doing these videos, so we're just gonna do another one today. This month has definitely not gone as planned for my YouTube schedule. I talked about that in my last video, which I will link above and in the description below. To sum it up, basically I've been having a really hard time this month. Actually, after I posted that video, I had like the worst week ever. I thought I was gonna improve after that, but I had a terrible week after that, and I've been kind of clawing my way back to normalcy. Last week was a lot better, and I have high hopes going into February. It is my birthday month. It's one of my favorite months of the year. I think that things are gonna continue to improve, but it's been kind of rough. I've had very high stress. I've had no time to think about YouTube and filming and prepping and anything, so January did not go as planned, but we're looking forward. All we can do is have a better day tomorrow. I swear to God, every time I turn on to film, it's so loud. Like there's a plane flying over now, I'm sure you can hear it. It's funny at this point. Like it'll be silent outside all day, and then as soon as I sit down to film, everyone in the world is being as loud as possible outside of my apartment. Whatever. Okay, so let's just jump into the monthly favorites. First of all, I got some new tattoos. So yesterday I went up to New York. I actually go to New York like once a week for work anyway, so sometimes I try to align that with personal things. So I had a tattoo appointment with Aaron Harman, who's one of my favorite artists. He's tattooed me a few times. So I ended up going up for the day, and I was working in the city during the day, which I do, like I said, once a week. And then I went into Brooklyn in the evening to see Aaron. And both of the new tattoos I got are in spots that are basically like impossible to show you on camera while I'm sitting here, but I will insert some photos. So I got this really cute little heart with an A, and that is for my best friend Anna. I've been telling her for years and years that I was gonna get a tattoo for her, so yesterday was the day. I texted it to her and I was on the phone with her when she received it, so I was able to listen to her reaction in real time, and it was very sweet. TikTok girl, I'm waiting for my tattoo now. She just started getting tattooed like over the last year or so, so she has a little bit ways to go to catch up with me, but I'm expecting something in return eventually. And then the other tattoo is this unicorn tattoo that I had done on my leg. I was not planning this tattoo like at all. Like I had the appointment with Aaron, but I was just kind of like, like whatever, like I'll think of something, I'll look at his line book, like I'll look at some of his past work and just see if I see anything inspiring. And the morning of the tattoo, I was going back through some of his old photos and I saw this unicorn that he had done for someone else, and I've always wanted a tattoo based on the unicorn tapestries. This one right here is called The Unicorn in Captivity. It's one of my favorite artworks of all time. So I thought that would be kind of cool to do something kind of similar to that. So I sent that to him as an inspiration photo, and he created this tattoo for me. It turned out really nice. I know right now it looks like quite dark and heavy, but it's done in gray wash, so as it heals, it's gonna like fade out really nicely. Like the way he kept describing it is that it's gonna end up looking very painterly, which is definitely his style. He does a lot of like medieval style imagery and whatnot. And also one of his friends was actually there at the tattoo shop who has a very similar tattoo to this of a Pegasus. So I got to see his tattoo, which is like 3 years healed by Aaron. So that was kind of cool to see like what it would look like when it's healed. And I have a very similar style of like the detailing and shading. So I'm excited to see how this heals. I think it's gonna be really nice. I just got it last night, so it's been like less than 24 hours. And then the other thing is that he did some touch-up, so I actually can show you this one. I have a little rose on my wrist that he did for me, and this was red, but it was kind of faded out, so he just like brushed it up. And then I have another tattoo by Aaron on my shoulder, which is hard to show you right now, but it's a swan with a rose in its mouth. And whenever he did that tattoo for me, he was just out of red ink. So now that he had some, I was like, why don't we fill in this rose? So that's kind of fun. I have 4 like smallish tattoos now that are healing all over my body. 2 of them are just fillers, but that's fun to heal. It's red and black ink everywhere, so that's great. But you guys know I make a lot of tattoo content on this channel, so of course I have to show you when I get something new. Okay, moving on, I want to talk about some home decor things that I bought this month. The first one is over here next to me. I will grab her. So this beautiful lady is actually a candle, and she's from Anthropologie. I saw this pop up in like one of Anthropologie's emails, like they got me with their email marketing. She was on super sale like after Christmas. So I ordered her online at the beginning of January, and then I got an email saying that I was gonna be refunded because it was actually out of stock. Like it was, they oversold it, I guess. So I was gonna be refunded, but I really wanted it. So I went into the Anthro that's near my apartment, and I just asked if they had any of these, and they had one left, which was this one. And like I said, she was on sale. I think originally she's like $78, which I would never pay for a candle. I just can't justify it. I think I paid like $25 for her, which is much better. And I did not even realize that this was gonna be this huge, and it's like super heavy concrete, like really nice quality. The candle smells really nice and like fresh and light. So this is a good one of my favorite things I bought this month. I've been burning it slowly, and then I think when it's done burning, I'm gonna like clean it out and use it as maybe like a fruit basket or a vase or something. So this is my lady, I love her. And then the other home decor thing that I discovered this month that has been really fun is a new type of flower. So I have some of them here next to me. I bought these at Trader Joe's. These red ones are freesia, which I have heard of before, and like they're beautiful. But this one, the pink one, I wish that these were a little bit more open so you could see. I had another like bouquet of them last week that were dark red, and they were so beautiful. So I'll try to put a photo, but these are so pretty when they open up. The flower is called Godisha. I don't know how to say it, but I just saw them at Trader Joe's. I thought they were really pretty. I didn't really know what they were gonna look like when they opened, so I bought them, and they're so nice. So this is the second bouquet that I've bought of them, these little light pink ones, and I'm really excited for when they open. I try to buy flowers when they're like just barely open so that I can have them a little bit longer. So I have one bouquet of these on my desk, and then the other one is on my dresser, and they just like bring me a little bit of joy every time I look at them. But there's a fun fact for you. If you've never heard of this flower before, I never had. They are very pretty. Highly recommend picking up at Trader Joe's. I think they were like $4.99 or something. Okay, next I want to talk about 2 books that I picked up this month. The Barnes & Noble near my house is actually moving to a new location pretty soon, so they're having a huge sale, and I ordered both of these books online because they didn't have them in stock. And I was kind of expecting to just pay full price because I like ordered them into the store. It wasn't like stock that they were getting rid of out of the store. But when I picked them up, they still gave me 25% off discount. So that was really nice. And now that I'm looking at these, I'm noticing that they're kind of like the same color palette. So the first book is called Wintering: The Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Catherine May. And I have just started this book. So far I really like it. It's kind of just about like the winter season, not necessarily of like the winter time of year, but the winters in our life, and like going through really hard periods and the value that you can get out of those periods, the importance of resting, which I feel like I desperately have needed, and I've been going through hard times lately, as you guys know. So this book has been very validating so far. I've only read the beginning, but I really like it. And then the other book that I picked up, which I haven't started yet, but I'm very excited to, is called Fair Play by Eve Rodsky. And I came across this book because Eve Rodsky was a guest on the Financial Confessions podcast that I listened to. The episode she was on was about like the adult toddler husband phenomenon. I highly recommend watching that. I'll link it down below if you guys want to watch that interview, but she talked a lot about her book in that, and it made me want to pick it up. So I bought it this month, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Okay, next. If you've watched my last couple of videos, I talked about the fact that I am working on a Matilda video, which honestly now I feel like, has the time come and gone to do the Matilda video? I don't know. The movie came out in December. It's taken me so long to like film and prepare this video, so I don't know. I feel like maybe nobody cares anymore. But also a couple people have told me that they're really excited for my video to come out, so I don't know. The point that I'm getting to is I watched the new Matilda movie and I really hated it, which is the premise of the video I'm working on, everything I hated about it. But also it prompted me to start rewatching the original Matilda movie, which is a blessing. It is so good. Like, I knew that I loved that movie, and just sitting down to rewatch it and take notes on it for my new video, such a good movie. 10 out of 10, wouldn't change change almost anything about it. Highly recommend, if you've never seen it or if you haven't seen it in a few years, rent it on your TV and watch it. It's so good. It's so funny. It's very Roald Dahl. It's very true to the book. The acting is excellent. The writing, the story, everything. I love that movie. So that was a really nice like little childhood memory to revisit this month. And if I can get my life together, I will be doing that video hopefully soon. We shall see. No promises. We're taking it one day at a time. We're doing what we can do. Okay, the last 3 things I want to talk about on this list are all Philly related things. And the first of those is De Bruno Brothers. So if you live in Philly, you probably know about De Bruno Brothers. It's kind of this like iconic high-end grocery store, I guess. It's like a specialty store. They specialize in like meats and cheeses and wine and all sorts of fancy stuff like that. Really fun, fancy, unique ingredients. And there's one kind of near my house, and I went in there this month just to kind of like wander around and just see everything that they have. Like nothing particular in mind to buy, but just like really looking at everything they have. And it was a really fun experience. Like they just have so many like unique different things. And I started making a list in my phone of like stuff that I want to come up with a reason to buy there so that I can make something cool. Like for example, they sell quail eggs. I've never seen quail eggs anywhere else, like any other grocery stores around here. I know that there's like an egg crisis right now, so are quail eggs also getting super expensive? I don't know. But I really want to come up with like a cool recipe that incorporates quail eggs, like some like little hors d'oeuvre or something where I can put like a tiny little egg on top of it. Like how cute. They also have really fancy like cocktail mixers and syrups and all this stuff. They have fancy pasta. Like I just want to curate like a whole dinner around like fun ingredients that I can buy at De Bruno Brothers. A fun little day for me just to walk around and think about meals and getting excited about planning meals, because you guys know that's something that I really struggle with. So if you live in Philly, pop into your local De Bruno Brothers and just like wander around and see what they have that looks cool. Next, I discovered a cocktail bar in my neighborhood this month. It is called One Tippling Place, and it's on Chestnut Street. And I had heard of this place before. Like one of my friends had been there and told me that it was really good. It was really fancy. It was like nicely decorated. And so I had wanted to go. It had been on my list for a long time. And I finally went this month, and this place is so cute. Like from the outside, it's nothing special. Like there's almost barely even a sign outside to indicate like what it is. But when you go inside, it's like all decorated, super beautiful, very like French inspired, lots of antiques, beautiful paintings. Like I loved this place. I thought the cocktail menu was really good. It's a little pricey, but it's not like crazy pricey. I feel like it's pretty standard for Philadelphia, Rittenhouse Square. But I had such a nice time at this place. I really want to go back. I think it's gonna have to become a regular thing for like girls' nights and whatnot. And the last thing I wanted to mention in this video is a walking group that I joined this month. It's called Philly Girls Who Walk. They're on Instagram and Facebook, and I think they also have like a group me chat or something like that. But basically it is a walking group. It is like centered for women, but it's not exclusive to women. So you can come with your boyfriend or your guy friends or whatever. Nobody's excluded. But basically this is a group that plans large scale walking events like around the city. I've only been to one. It was one that was in Rittenhouse Square because that's the neighborhood that I live in. But they do these like all over Philadelphia. I think they've had them in Fishtown. They've done them near the Art Museum, Washington Square, like all different neighborhoods. And the walks are 1 hour long, which is about 3 miles. And so many people came, at least the one I went to. It was such a good time. Like it's tons of mostly women, a lot of dogs, lots of babies and strollers, and you pretty much just like walk around on the path that they're taking you on, and you just like chit chat with people. So like I went with one of my friends, but then she and I ended up talking to 2 different women the whole time. She was talking to this girl who was really cute, who was like in her 20s or 30s. Most of the women there I would say are like 20, 30-ish. But I spent the whole time talking to this lady who was walking next to me who is about to turn 70. I found out that she's my neighbor. She is retired. She loves to travel. She had just come back from a trip to Antarctica, which was a trip that I desperately want to do. So she was like telling me all about her trip and showing me her photos and stuff. And I just had such a good time talking to her, and it was awesome to see like a woman in her 70s coming out for this event. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend. If you live in Philadelphia, go on their Instagram and check when the next walk is gonna be, and you should come with us. I think it's a great way to meet new people, get outside, get a little bit of like low impact, low stress exercise. and maybe you will meet a really cool person. So guys, those are my monthly favorites for January. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Like I said, I'm hoping to get more back to normal in February, but I'm just gonna take it slow and do everything at my own pace. But I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!